Good afternoon, everyone. I'm delighted to welcome you here this afternoon to this virtual reception for the 60th anniversary of diplomatic relations between Ireland and Finland. My name is Ruth Parkin, and I am the Ambassador of Ireland to Finland. I'm delighted to be here with you today and also to be joined by my colleague in Dublin, Ambassador Lahnalampi. Over to you, Raili.
Hello, everybody. So my name is Raili. It's like O'Reilly without the O, and my last name is Lahnalampi. I'm the Finnish ambassador here in Dublin in Ireland. It's a great pleasure. And indeed, I'm very honored to be celebrating 60 years of Irish-Finnish relations. It seems like a long time, but it's not such a long time. But it was still a very different time in 1962 when President de Valera and President Kekkonen were ruling. Now these two countries, Ireland and Finland, are highly digitalized, open economies, successful economies. So we are very happy to celebrate together with you. Given that we are looking for the 60 years ahead, we decided that we focus on youth. We look at the past, but we focus on the youth. And in doing so, we challenged the students, the young people in Ireland and Finland to create a design for our 60 years anniversary. And we were very successful. And Emily Lannin will explain to you later on her winning design and the background for that. You'll be very surprised what she has to tell us. Another person, another woman from Finland, from Oulu, Emily Lannin, is also focusing on the future because she is the first female chancellor in Maynooth University here in Ireland. And she will also give her greetings to this celebration. We also have decided that we would focus on mainly on three themes, which in a way are the main themes that we thought that combine our country's past and future. And the first of them is nature, the green island, the green forest of Finland. What could be more similar? We also have lakes in Finland, over 200,000, and Ireland has so much sea around it, 10 times more sea area than the land area. Then we have our rivers, we have our bogs that we will work together to be more sustainable. The second theme is culture. The way we like music, dancing. If you look at our history also, the folklores are very similar, not the same, but similar. We also are very interested in our languages. The Irish language is very different, so is the Finnish. Even if you look at the ancient scripture, there are some similarities. And then, of course, we have the sense of humor, we have the crack. And design, if you look at the history of Kilkenny, the Finns have been very active there and will be celebrating that too in the coming years. Third theme is peace. Peace that was won here in Ireland and in Finland with a lot of struggle. So we know how to keep the peace. And we've been keeping peace in other countries too. And we continue to do so, and we work together for peace. Now, I think I should just end my introductory remark and thank, first of all, my dream team here in Ireland. I should also like to thank the very strong Finnish community in Ireland, including the Finnish Business Club and the Irish-Finnish Society. And my honorary consuls that have been working here for years, even before we came here, for the Irish-Finnish cooperation and connections. And last but not least, I would like to thank Ruth and her team for making this joint celebration possible. And back over to you, Ruth, now.
Thank you, Raili. It was a really impressive run through of so much of the connections between Ireland and Finland. And as you mentioned, we're marking 60 years of diplomatic relations now, but that's a small amount in terms of the histories of our nations and the stories that we share and the resonances between us. And now, of course, we are like-minded EU member states and we're partners on the international stage. Our trade continues to grow and our companies are finding new ways to connect with each other. But key to our connections, as you have outlined, are also our people. And Ireland launched our Nordic strategy last year, and a part of that means that we will be looking to grow, strengthen and deepen our connections with Finland at all levels, politically, through business, through culture and through our people. And that is reflected also in what you will see and hear today. The embassies have worked very closely together over the past period, and we've really enjoyed that work, including with the Finnish Institute in the UK and Ireland. And we've worked with Brent Cassidy, who leads on the Irish Festival of Oulu, to commission a piece of music which looks at our past, our traditions and our future together. And so you will hear before too long an evocative and eloquent piece, Fela Polska, by a band, Slow Moving Clouds, based in Dublin with Finnish and Irish members. We've also enjoyed putting together some images and historical connections between us, so I hope you enjoy watching that. We'll hear from Aki, the Finnish member of the band, as he introduces the piece. The video includes little nuggets of information like the involvement of Finland in the Irish peace process, and particularly that of President Ahtisaari and the late Prime Minister Harry Holkeri. But we also wanted to focus on our citizens today, because they are the ones who really drive the interconnections and the day-to-day relationships between our countries. We have vibrant community organisations in both countries, and Raili already mentioned those in Dublin, and so I'd like to mention that in Finland we also have the Irish Business Club, the Finnish Irish Society, and the Friends of Irish Whiskey, and they have many, many Finns who love Ireland in them. But we also have many Irish people who've moved to Finland and who live transnational lives in at least 2 and maybe more cultures. We have Finnish Irish families, Sami Irish families. We have many different languages and experiences to share. So what we wanted to hear from today was one of those people, and you will also hear from Paddy Reynolds, who is the communications officer with the GAA here in Finland, which is another strong and vibrant organisation bringing together different cultures and sharing Irish culture. And I'd like to thank the extended Irish community through living in Finland, organise, host and attend lots of different events which bring Ireland to Finland and vice versa. But as Raili mentioned then, we have the political connections between our countries, and that's what diplomatic relations is all about. So today, Minister Coveney from Ireland and Minister Haavisto from Finland have also issued a joint statement. And so I'd like to reflect a little on what Minister Coveney says there. In that, he indicates and refers to the strong working partnership between Ireland and Finland at all levels, bilaterally and multilaterally. He reflects that the Nordic strategy will be important for Ireland, and as we implement it, we will grow and deepen our relationship with Finland, and that we will continue our honest and respectful friendship, and that the people-to-people ties and trading relationships that we enjoy and the bonds of friendship and connections between our people that we have developed will continue to grow. The example of the Finnish involvement in the peace process is just one part of that. And so we are all looking forward to the future together. And so I think Raili would like to add now, just in respect to Minister Haavisto.
Yes, thank Ruth. As you can see, there's lots going on. But I think it's very important, as you said, Ruth, that we reflect that at the highest level of diplomatic relations, our foreign ministers have taken the time to look at what we have achieved and where we go from here. So Minister Pekka Haavisto, the Minister for Foreign Affairs of Finland, said, "Finland and Ireland have a long history of joint efforts for peace. These efforts were necessary in achieving the Good Friday Agreement, and they continue to be important in today's world in Europe and globally. As we face the present challenges, from climate change to hybrid and cyber threats, our concerns and goals are the same. I look forward to working with our friends in Ireland for a more prosperous and safer world for our people. And now we will continue with more deeper feelings about Finnish-Irish relations. And the first is Emily Lannin. She is the winner of the competition. She studies at the Institute for Arts, Design and Technology in Laoighaire. And before I give her the floor, I would like to quote from her presentation, which she made for us, a few sentences, because I think they're very deep and nice. She wrote, "Our mountains, rivers, lakes, and seas convey strength, fluidity, continuation, peace, and connection, much like the Finnish-Irish relations. They also tell a story of their people, its culture and time. I want to put forward the message that together our bond is extraordinary, erityinen. I wanted the sense of professional grandeur and elegance in the design to represent this momentous occasion." She certainly did. So Emily will start and present her design and the background. And then after that, we will hear, as Ruth said, we will hear from Aki of the Dublin-based Finnish-Irish post-folk band Slow Moving Clouds. Although there are no slow-moving clouds in Dublin, never. It always is windy. But I now give the floor to Emily. Emily, the floor is yours.
Hi everyone, my name is Emily Lannin and I am a third year graphic design student in IADT, the Dún Laoghaire Institute of Art, Design and Technology. I'm delighted to be here with you today to be able to present to you the identity which I have created for the celebration that is 60 years of diplomatic relations between Finland and Ireland. I really enjoyed creating this identity, and I would just like to give a special mention to my lecturers and classmates for their advice and feedback, and to the Finnish Embassy for this amazing opportunity, and I hope you enjoy. I began to create the visual identity and exhibition design by researching Finland in depth. I found the similarities between the Irish and Finnish cultures extraordinary. We are connected by lakes and seas, mountains and myths, and I wanted to put forward the message that together our bond is extraordinary. For this significant event, I've chosen to represent our country's past, present and future through a visual language which conveys our mutual striking and ever-evolving landscapes. These are the initial concept ink drawings I created inspired by Irish and Finnish natural landscapes. Our mountains, rivers, lakes and seas convey strength, fluidity, continuation, peace and connection, much like the Finnish-Irish relations. Here I present to you the logo. It is inspired by the nature and landscapes of Finland and Ireland. I chose to use a group of mountains as they represent the multiple aspects of culture that both countries hold. I present to you the typography and colour palette. I chose this colour palette as I felt that the black and white could represent either country and also the two together combined. I chose the warm yellow to appear as gold to give the design an elegant and celebratory feel. Here I present to you the stationery suite. It utilises the visual language of the ink landscapes of Finland and Ireland. I wanted a sense of professionalism and elegance in the suite to represent this momentous occasion. The stationery suite consists of envelopes, invitations, business cards, letterheads, and compliment slips. Here I present to you the promotional campaign. I created a poster which is textured with ink interpretations of Finnish and Irish landscapes and nature. The slogan is written on the poster that together we are extraordinary, and this is reflected in our extraordinary similarities and nature of both countries. Here I present to you some real-life situations where the posters could be displayed. And I would just like to say a huge thank you for this opportunity, and I hope you've enjoyed this presentation. Thank you very much.
Greetings from Dublin. This is Aki from Slow Moving Clouds. Slow Moving Clouds is a Dublin-based post-folk trio. Our music is influenced by Irish and Finnish traditional music, as well as contemporary and experimental music. We were commissioned to compose a piece of music to celebrate 60 years of official diplomatic ties and cultural exchange between Finland and Ireland. We wanted to compose a piece of music that pays homage to both Irish and Finnish music traditions, with an added modern twist. It's where the past meets the present and hints at the future. Feila Polska starts in a reflective mood with an Irish slow air type of melody, and then it shifts into a faster Finnish-style polska. This linking of the two traditions celebrates the collaboration and dynamic cultural exchange between our two countries. Here's Feila Polska.
Welcome back, everybody. I hope you really enjoyed hearing from Emily. I know I did, and also from Aki, but then that you saw that run through of Finnish-Irish relations and with the beautiful music of Fela Polska, the logo that Emily has designed, and that we're looking forward now to a bright future and the next 60 years at least. We also now need to move on to some other things that we've prepared for today. And as we mentioned earlier, key to our connections are the people. We also recognize that we didn't fit in everything today, and we didn't fit in everything into the video. So if you have stories, pictures, things that you'd like to share with the embassies, do get in touch with us on Facebook and Twitter, and I think Instagram in Dublin, and indicate your stories of Finnish-Irish relationships. Now we'll hear from a Finnish woman who's arrived recently in Ireland. She says she's coming home to Europe, which is interesting that Ireland can feel like home when you're from Finland. But she does, that's what she says. And we are very proud that the first female chancellor of Maynooth University is from Finland. And we're delighted that she's able to join us here today. After Professor Eva Lannin has spoken, we will hear from Paddy Reynolds, who's the comms officer from the GAA in Helsinki, about his love for Finland, sharing summers with friends and playing Gaelic games.
On this important occasion of the 60th anniversary of diplomatic relations between Finland and Ireland, I would like to offer a brief personal reflection. I was born and raised in Finland, in a university town called Oulu, up north, not far from the Arctic Circle. As the Finnish ambassador to Ireland recently said, I speak Finnish with a broad Oulu accent. I take that as a big compliment. That is my heritage. Yet I have lived most of my life away from Finland. Maailmalla, as we would say in Finnish. I have spent my professional life in higher education around the world, including the United Kingdom, Dubai, Singapore, and most recently, nearly 9 years in Australia. I take some comfort from J.R.R. Tolkien's words, "Not all who wander are lost." So in October, I returned to Europe to be the first female president of the National University of Ireland, Maynooth. Curiously, after 4 months here, I feel I have come home. Yet I have only visited Ireland once before. How can that be? I think it's the Northern Hemisphere light, the frosty bright mornings, the mushroom picking in the forest, and of course, the warm welcome from the Irish people. There's much here that resonates with my Finnish roots. There's much that we share as two nations. History has molded us in similar ways. We share commitment to working together towards world peace. We value equality, diversity, and inclusion. We are innovative knowledge economies with strong foundations built on education and excellence. We embrace literature, music, and the arts in our everyday lives. We are closely connected to our land and nature. We are proud nations with strong identities. And as small nations, we understand the significance of collaboration and connectivity. The 60 years of diplomatic collaboration between Finland and Ireland has been built on all of that and much more. I believe our future lies with our children, young people, and education. Investing in them will enable us to advance the social and economic well-being of our world. And universities can play an increasingly important role in Finnish-Irish relations. We educate the future minds that will make critical scientific and technological discoveries. Minds that advance social cohesion and equality of opportunity. And minds that educate the next generation to advance our common goals as a human race. I wish the next 60 years of collaboration between our two nations every success. May it continue to be impactful and joyful. Thank you.
My name is Paddy. I've been living now in Helsinki for 6 years. I moved here from Dublin with my wife Haney and my son Fionn. We moved here for a new experience and a new challenge, and start fresh and start something exciting. And that has definitely been. I like a lot of things about Finland. Everything from coffee to snow and pulkamaki to sauna, which is my big thing. It's my go-to. I think I annoy people when I talk about sauna, but I just feel there's such a connection between the two countries in regards to the way Irish people like to talk, as we're known for it, and then the way Finnish people also talk in saunas. So conversations in saunas can be the most intense conversation you've ever had, or it could just be about the weather. And just like Irish people sitting in the bar on a Friday after work, it's a lovely experience to visit a Finnish sauna. I like all aspects of Finnish weather, especially the summers. The summers are something we don't like to talk about for good reason, because I think if the rest of the world found out, it wouldn't be so much of a secret. Long, hot summers in Finland are amazing. Crystal clear lakes, swimming, grilling with your family and friends, and just enjoying the very simple things in life as it's really meant to be. What is it for me to be Irish in Finland? I enjoy Finland. I enjoy being Irish in Finland because it's almost like a little superpower where when people find out you're from Ireland, they're interested, almost interested straight away. And it's a great in to get to meet and talk to new and interesting people, no matter where. There are many different communities here, Irish communities here in Finland, from GEA to folklore, business, science, art, technology and design, and even an Irish whisky appreciation group. I myself am involved in the GEA club, which I find has been great because I've rekindled my love for GEA and Gaelic football, especially from watching people who have never played Irish sport before to now. I see them, our club has 50% people who are non-Irish, and to see them fall in love and play Irish sport, Irish Gaelic football and hurling is amazing to watch. People from all different backgrounds and cultures. It's a really inspiration and we're lucky to be able to see people from other cultures get so involved in our own culture. It's been an honour to be asked to speak about my experience of living in Finland by the Embassy to commemorate 60 years of diplomatic relations between Finland and Ireland.
Now, I must say that was something, Eva, that Oulu accent, I know it too. And Paddy, you just got it right with one. I like sauna myself, and there certainly is a change for any Irishman or a woman that goes to Finland. Now it's time to close up this launching ceremony. I would like to thank you all that have been watching for us. You can share the video, you can watch it anytime, day or night, evening or morning. From now on, throughout the year, we will be having many other occasions throughout this year. Some we will organize together with Ruth and her team. Some we do it here in Dublin. And one of the occasions that we will take up is peace walks. We will engage with peacekeepers here in Ireland that have been working with the Finnish peacekeepers in UNIFIL, and we will be organizing nature peace walks with stories about peace and walks. So look out for our Instagram, our Facebook to find out more. And thank you everybody for organizing this. Thank you Ruth and your team. Thank you, as I said earlier, the Finnish community here in Dublin. Kiitoksia hyvät Suomen ystävät Tämä on erittäin tärkeä vuosi meille kaikille. Tulkaa mukaan ja kiitoksia, kun olette olleet tähän asti tekemässä hyvää yhteistyötä Suomen ja Irlannin välille. Körömöhököt, kiitoksia.
Now, I'm not going to try and be as eloquent in Finnish as Raili is in Irish, but I do want to say thank you very much for joining us here this afternoon. We really appreciate you taking the time. We will have other events here in Finland, as well as joint events with the Embassy in Dublin. It has been a real pleasure to work with the Embassy on Dublin on putting everything together for today. And I want to thank all the staff in the Embassy in Dublin, as well as all the staff here in Finland who've done so much work. I also want to thank all my predecessors and indeed everyone who served in the Embassy in Finland, because that's a key part of how we develop these relationships. We're looking forward to spending lots of time with you as we go through this year. Don't log off quite yet. You get to see just a quick image of the embassies and their staff in Ireland and in Finland. And we look forward to seeing you all in virtual form and in person in the coming period. Gaurav Mila Mahagiv agus Slán.
Bye.
It's been an incredible 60 years of building connections and working together. Kiitos.
Bye bye. Here's for the next 60 years of Finnish-Irish cooperation.
Slán.